Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is dictation number 57 and 58 of Model Speed Dictations volume number 1 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Sir, big business has been granted concession in the hope that it will utilize this concession for greater investment in industry. But the result is just the opposite. There is no greater investment in industry. As a matter of fact, big business is clamoring for more concessions, and recently the FICCI has demanded more. This is what we told the government in the beginning. If you allow concessions to monopolists, they are bound to clamor for more. Moreover, it is an absolutely imprudent policy to reward those who have obstructed production, who are responsible for decline or stagnation in production, whose sole policy is to restrict production in order to increase prices. And the monies that have been gifted away to them are being used for speculation, and as a result of speculation, prices are again rising. For example, the rise in prices of cotton and oilseeds is not due to peasant being paid higher prices. The peasant was paid low prices. The peasant sold all his stocks and the stocks are in the hands of traders. The speculators have concerned the market and the prices have been increased. So, sir, the gains of emergency are being eroded and the prices are beginning to rise. Sir, the budget provides for a deficit financing of rupees 320 crores and rupees 480 crores are to be withdrawn from the fund of the compulsory deposits. As a matter of fact, these rupees 800 crores represent deficit financing. So, with this heavy dose of deficit financing and heavy expenditure on the plan outlay, next year there is likely to be a greater inflationary pressure. As a matter of fact, the plan outlay goes generally to the heavy industry sector. The money that is spent in the heavy industry sector is immediately backed by production. There is a time lag. There is a gestation period. Now, the purchasing power which is released by the investment in heavy industry sector should be backed by increase in production of consumption goods. The consumption goods are in the hands of private monopoly sector which is not interested in increasing production. So the gap between money supply or purchasing power in the hands of the people and consumption goods available in the market is likely to increase as a result of the budgetary policies followed by the government, and next year we are likely to have a reappearance of the inflationary trend and erosion of financial discipline that was imposed as a result of measure taken during the course of last year. Now, sir, we have to go to the basic cause of this malady. What is the basic cause of this malady? Why is there sickness in consumer industries? Why is there stagnation and decline in consumer industries? Why are not the goods being sold? It is not because everybody in India has enough cloth or enough oil or enough consumer goods. Actually, many are going naked. The people do not have enough clothes to wear. Sir, after making these few observations, I would now come to a particular matter to which I want to draw the attention of the finance minister. While we are doing what we can to increase production and productivity, it is unfortunate that a section of officers placed in high positions are quite indifferent to our efforts. In point, I have before me an undertaking of the Ministry of Finance itself. I am referring to the banknote printing press at Devas. This is a very sensitive and one of the best security printing presses in the world, and I think the top best in Asia. We are proud of this unit and would do everything to increase its efficiency. The production has already increased. The workers have shown great efficiency in spite of all the provocations that are coming from the top in disturbing the working of the only single recognized union which has got the overwhelmingly large membership. The management is bent upon systematically victimizing all the office bearers of the union right from the top to the bottom. This is an attempt to demoralize the workers. This is an attempt to play into the hands of those sections in that part of the country which have been communal. I wish the finance minister himself should look into this matter before it is too late. Sir, I would like to point out while making all these observations that in the provisions of the bill not much consideration has been given to the economically backward states in the country. I am referring to those states about which the government stands committed with regard to the development of their communications, with regard to giving them sufficient financial aid for increasing their irrigation potential and other requirements. I am afraid that so far as my state is concerned, not much attention has been paid to it. I cannot say about other states. I would also like to draw the attention of the Honorable Finance Minister to one important point. Nationalization of the coal industry was a very courageous and bold step, and time has shown that this step has proved not only useful but it is giving dividends. The importance of coal has been realized more particularly after the oil crisis, and today workers all over the country engaged in the production of coal are doing their maximum, and our targets and achievements are increasing day in and day out. It was a good idea to have a single organization for coal. Sir, I want to draw the attention of the government to the non-coal side also. It is a happy augury that our country is reaching near self-sufficiency in zinc in the very near future. As one connected with this industry, I would like to say that the success in this industry has posed before us the question of our policy towards non-ferrous metals like zinc, copper, nickel, etc., which are of crucial importance for development.